3 months passed on Lysithea. Samantha settled into her new role as advisor to the council. She taught the Lysithians about human culture, language, and technology. In return, they taught her their ways, how to move through the tree cities, how to read their written language, how to sing their multi-voiced songs. Nyara and Samantha now shared a dwelling, a beautiful home built in the branches of an ancient tree. From their windows, they could see the forest stretching for miles, glowing softly at night. "I never thought I could feel at home on an alien world," Samantha said one evening as they watched the twin moons rise. "But I do." Nyara wrapped 2 of her arms around Samantha's waist. "You belong here now with us." With me. They had created a life together, different from anything either had imagined, but good, peaceful. Nyara had recovered fully from closing the spacefold. She now worked with young Lysithians, teaching them to use their navigation abilities safely. But their peace was not to last. One morning, alarms sounded throughout the city. Nyara and Samantha rushed to the council chamber, where members were gathered around a communications display. "What's happening?" Samantha asked. The head council member looked grim. "A USC fleet has entered our system. 6 warships, including the Relentless." Samantha's face went pale. "Olivia, they claim to be here on a diplomatic mission," another council member said. "But their ships are in attack formation." "Let me see." Samantha moved to the display. The USC ships were indeed positioned for an assault, not a peaceful visit. "They're lying. This is not how we position for diplomacy." "We feared as much," the head council member said. "Our shields are at full power. But if they attack with all 6 ships..." "They won't," Samantha said firmly. "Not if I can help it." "What do you mean?" Nyara asked, fear in her voice. Samantha turned to her. "I need to talk to Olivia directly." "No!" Nyara grabbed Samantha's arm. "They'll arrest you. Or worse. It's me they want, Nyara, not your people." Samantha's eyes were determined. "If I turn myself in, maybe they'll leave Lysithea alone." "You cannot sacrifice yourself," the head council member said. "You are under our protection now. With respect, this is my choice." Samantha looked around the chamber. "Let me try to talk to them first. If that fails, then we'll use the defenses we've prepared." After much debate, the council agreed. They would allow Samantha to speak with the USC fleet commander, but she would do it from the safety of the council chamber via communication link. The large screen on the wall flickered to life. Commander Olivia Winters appeared, her dark face serious in her USC uniform. "This is Commander Winters of the USC Relentless," she said formally. Then her eyes widened when she saw who was on the other end. "Sam." "Hello, Liv." Samantha stood tall. "I hear you're here on a diplomatic mission. With 6 warships in attack formation." Olivia's jaw tightened. "You're a wanted criminal, Samantha Reeves. You stole classified information. You betrayed Earth. You've been living among aliens who were planning to attack us." "That's a lie, and you know it," Samantha said calmly. "The Lysithians have no weapons program. I sent you the proof months ago. Proof you fabricated to protect them." Olivia leaned forward. "Turn yourself in, Sam. It's the only way this ends peacefully." "If I do, will you leave Lysithea alone?" Olivia hesitated. "I have orders to secure your return and to assess the Lysithian threat." "There is no threat." Samantha gestured to the council members around her. "Look at them, Liv. These are scholars, artists, explorers, not warriors. They have abilities we don't understand, abilities that could be used against us. The same could be said of humans from their perspective." Samantha took a deep breath. "Let me make you an offer. I will return to Earth to face trial, but only if the USC signs a formal peace treaty with Lysithea first." Nyara made a small sound of distress. Samantha squeezed her hand without looking away from the screen. Olivia frowned. "You're not in a position to make demands, Sam." "I'm not making demands. I'm offering a solution that works for everyone." Samantha's voice grew stronger. "The Lysithians get peace. The USC gets me, and you get to avoid a battle that would cost lives on both sides. What makes you think we can't just take you by force?" "Because these people have been preparing for months. Their shields can withstand your weapons, and they have other defenses you know nothing about." This wasn't entirely true, but Samantha hoped Olivia wouldn't call her bluff. Olivia was quiet for a long moment. Then she said, "I need to consult with my superiors." "Of course. We'll wait." Samantha kept her face neutral until the screen went dark. Then she slumped into a chair. That went about as well as I expected. You cannot go with them, Niara said, kneeling beside her. They will imprison you. Or worse, I know. But if it saves your people, we will not trade your life for our safety, the head council member interrupted. The council refuses this plan. Before they could argue further, a Lysithian messenger rushed into the chamber. Council members, another ship has entered the system, USC, Samantha asked, standing quickly. No, unknown design. Very large. The messenger looked confused. It's broadcasting on all frequencies. In multiple languages, including ours and Earth Standard. The council member activated the display again. A message scrolled across the screen. Attention Lysithian and Earth vessels. This is the Galactic Concordate ship Peacemaker. We have been monitoring this situation. Any aggressive action will be met with intervention. We invite representatives from both parties to board for mediation. The chamber was silent. Then everyone started talking at once. The Concordate? Here? I thought they were just a rumor. How did they find us? Samantha turned to Niara. What's the Galactic Concordate? A group of advanced species from beyond known space, Niara explained, her voice filled with awe. They're said to monitor developing civilizations and intervene only when necessary to prevent wars or extinction events. Most of us thought they were just stories. The screen changed again. This time it showed Olivia Winters looking as shocked as they felt. Did you know about this? She demanded. No, Samantha said honestly. We're as surprised as you are. Another face appeared on the screen. A being unlike any Samantha had seen before. It had pale blue skin and large, thoughtful eyes. When it spoke, its voice was melodic. I am Mediator Talon of the Galactic Concordate. We have been observing both Earth and Lysithea for some time. Recent events have accelerated our timetable for contact. Why reveal yourselves now? Olivia asked. Because we see two young species on the verge of a conflict that would benefit neither, Talon replied, and because we see hope in the bridge already formed between you. The mediator's eyes seemed to look directly at Samantha and Niara. When enemies become friends, when fear gives way to understanding, that is when we know a species is ready for broader contact. What followed was unlike anything Samantha could have imagined. Representatives from Earth, Lysithea, and the Concordate met aboard the massive Peacemaker ship. Samantha and Niara were invited as special envoys, given their unique position between the two worlds. The Concordate presented evidence that neither Earth nor Lysithea had been planning to attack the other. The misunderstandings had been fueled by fear and by certain individuals in the USC who stood to profit from conflict. We've seen this pattern on 1,000 worlds, Mediator Talon explained. Fear of the unknown leads to assumptions of hostility. Those assumptions lead to preemptive actions, and those actions lead to the very conflict they were meant to prevent. Over the next week, a true peace treaty was negotiated. The Lysithians would share their space navigation knowledge with humans. In exchange, humans would share their technological advances. Both species would have representatives in the Concordate's observer program, and Samantha Reeves would be granted amnesty. Her actions, while against USC regulations, had ultimately prevented a war. She could return to Earth if she wished, or remain on Lysithea, or travel to any Concordate world. The choice was hers. When the negotiations were complete, Olivia found Samantha on an observation deck, watching the stars. So, Olivia said, standing beside her former friend, you were right all along. Not about everything, Samantha admitted. But about the Lysithians, yes. I'm sorry I didn't believe you. Olivia looked uncomfortable. I was following orders. I thought I was protecting Earth. I know. I don't blame you, Liv. Samantha turned to her. What will you do now? Go back to Earth, help implement the treaty. Olivia's face softened slightly. The USC is changing, Sam. This contact with the Concordate has shaken everything up. We're being forced to look at ourselves, at how we treat other species. That's good. Long overdue. Olivia hesitated, then asked, and you? Will you come back with us? Samantha looked past her. Niara stood at the entrance to the observation deck, waiting patiently. Her violet skin gleamed in the starlight. All four of her hands were clasped nervously in front of her. No, Samantha said softly. My home is elsewhere now. Understanding dawned on Olivia's face as she followed Samantha's gaze. You and the Lysithian? Yes, Samantha smiled. Her name is Niara, and she's the reason I found the courage to do what was right. Olivia was quiet for a moment. Then she extended her hand. I hope you'll visit Earth sometime. Both of you. I think people need to see what's possible. When we choose understanding over fear. Nyara stood on the metal platform with her head down. Her violet skin caught the harsh lights from above. Her forearms were tied with special bands that stopped her mind powers from working. The air smelled of too many bodies and cheap food. She had been in this place for 3 days now, waiting to be sold. Around her, aliens of all kinds pushed and yelled. Some were sellers. Some were buyers. All of them saw her as a thing, not a person. Next up, a rare Lysithian female, shouted the auctioneer, a fat green alien with 3 eyes. Perfect for mining work, ship navigation, or personal collection. Her kind can sense paths through space that machines cannot find. Nyara tried not to shake. She knew what would happen next. She would be sold to someone cruel. They would use her powers until she died. This was the way of things since the Galaxians had raided her home planet 2 months ago. Bidding starts at 5,000 credits. The auctioneer yelled. A tall bug-like creature raised one of its claws. 5,000. 6,000, called a mining company rep with gray skin. 8,000, the bug-like creature again. The numbers went up and up. Nyara kept her eyes down. It did not matter who won. All owners were the same, 15,000. A new voice cut through the noise. It was softer than the others. Female. The crowd went quiet for a moment. Then they all turned to look. A human woman stood at the back of the room. She wore dark clothes and a hood that covered part of her face. Humans were still new to space travel. Not many came to places like this. Did the human say 15,000? The auctioneer asked, shocked. You heard me, the woman said. She stepped forward. 15,000 credits for the Lysithian, the crowd muttered. That was 3 times what Nyara was worth. Any other bids? The auctioneer looked around. No one spoke. Sold. To the human female. Guards pushed Nyara off the platform. They handed her control chip to the human woman. Now this stranger owned her. Now her pain would begin. The human woman did not speak. She just motioned for Nyara to follow her. They walked through the crowded market. Aliens stared at them. A human buying an alien slave was strange. They reached a small door at the edge of the market. It led to a landing pad where ships were kept. The human woman's ship was small but well kept. On its side was a name, Stargazer. Inside, the woman said. Her voice was not harsh, but Nyara knew better than to disobey. The inside of the ship was clean. It had 2 seats at the front for flying. Behind them was a small living area with a table, 2 beds built into the wall, and a tiny kitchen space. The human woman closed the door. Then she did something Nyara did not expect. She took out a small device and pointed it at Nyara's restraints. With a soft click, they fell to the floor. Nyara gasped. Her arms were free. She could feel her mind powers returning. She could hurt this human if she wanted to. I'm not your owner, the human woman said. She pulled back her hood, showing her face. She had short brown hair and green eyes. Her skin was tan with small marks across her nose. My name is Samantha Reeves. Why did you remove my restraints? Nyara asked. Her voice was rough from not being used. I could kill you. Samantha smiled a little. You could, but you won't. You do not know what I will do. True, but I'm hoping you'll listen first. Samantha moved to the ship's control panel and pressed some buttons. The engine started with a low hum. We need to leave before anyone gets suspicious. Nyara stayed where she was, rubbing her sore wrists. Where are you taking me? Away from here. Then, if you want, to your home planet. Samantha focused on flying the ship. They lifted off the landing pad and moved up into the sky. I do not understand, Nyara said. You spent many credits to buy me. Now you free me? I didn't buy you. I rescued you. Samantha turned to look at her once they were in space. There's a difference. Humans do not rescue aliens. This one does. Samantha sighed. Look, I need your help. And you need to get home. We can help each other. Nyara moved 1 step closer. What help do you need from me? I'm in trouble. Big trouble. And it has to do with your people. Samantha pressed more buttons. Stars streaked past the windows as they jumped to faster than light speed. I have information. Important information. About a planned attack on your homeworld. Nyara felt cold suddenly. Attack by whom? By my people. By humans. Samantha's face looked sad. The Earth's Unified Space Command is planning to attack the Lysithian planets. They believe your people are making weapons to use against Earth. That is a lie. My people are peaceful, I know. That's why I stole the attack plans and ran. Samantha looked at Nyara with serious eyes. Now they're hunting me, and they'll kill us both if they catch us. Nyara did not know what to think. This human had freed her, was telling her of danger to her people. But it could be a trick. Why should I believe you? Samantha reached into her pocket and took out a small data device. She handed it to Nyara. This has some of the plans. See for yourself. Nyara took the device carefully. She pressed the button on its side. A blue light appeared above it, showing maps of her home system. Red marks showed where weapons would hit. It looked real. If this is true... Nyara looked up at Samantha. Why would you betray your own kind to help mine? Because it's wrong. What they're planning is wrong. Samantha turned back to the controls. And I've seen it happen before. We attacked another species based on bad information. Millions died for nothing. Nyara was quiet for a long time. Then she asked, what do you need from me? Your people can navigate space without computers, right? You can sense safe paths? Yes, it is why we are valuable as slaves. I need that skill now. My ship's navigation system is damaged, and we need to stay off the main travel routes if we want to avoid USC patrols. Samantha looked at her. Can you help us find a safe way to your homeworld? Nyara thought about her options. She could try to take over the ship. She could run at the next port. But if this human was telling the truth, her entire species was in danger. I will help you, Nyara finally said. But if I learn you are lying to me, I'm not. Samantha held out her hand. It was a human greeting gesture. Partners? Nyara hesitated, then reached out one of her 4 hands. Their fingers touched. Partners. For now. As their ship moved deeper into space, Nyara watched the human woman, Samantha Reeves, a human who chose to free a slave and warn her enemies. It made no sense. But for the first time in months, Nyara felt something new. Not fear, not pain, hope. 3 days passed on the Stargazer. Nyara learned that Samantha was not just any human. She had been a commander in Earth's Unified Space Command, or USC. She had worked with the intelligence team that gathered information about alien races. That was how she found out about the planned attack on Lysithea. I tried to tell them they were wrong, Samantha said as they shared a meal in the small kitchen area. I showed them proof that your people weren't building weapons. But they didn't want to hear it. Why not? Nyara asked. She was still learning to trust this strange human. Fear. Humans fear what they don't understand. Samantha pushed her food around on her plate. And some people want war. They make money from it. Nyara thought about this. So you stole their plans and ran away? Yes, and now I'm the most wanted criminal in human space. Samantha smiled, but her eyes looked sad. My old friend Olivia Winters is leading the search for me. She commands the USC ship Relentless. Is she a bad person? No. She believes she's protecting Earth, just like I thought I was until I saw the truth. Samantha stood up and went to the control panel. We need to change course. There's a USC patrol ahead. Nyara closed her eyes. She let her mind reach out into the space around them. She could feel the paths between stars, the safe routes that ships could travel, and she could sense other ships and that their engines made ripples in space that her kind could detect. Yes. 3 ships. They are checking all vessels in this sector. Nyara pointed to the right. We should go that way. Through the dust cloud. They won't follow us there. Samantha looked worried. The dust cloud is dangerous. It could damage our engines. I will guide you. My people have traveled through worse. Nyara moved to stand beside Samantha. Do you trust me? Samantha looked at her for a long moment. Yes, I think I do. They turned the ship toward the dust cloud. As they entered it, red lights flashed on the control panel. The ship shook. Outside the windows, they could see nothing but swirling brown and gold particles. Slow down, Nyara said. Turn left. Now right. Straight ahead for 10 seconds. Samantha followed her directions exactly. The ship moved through the cloud like a fish through water, finding the safe currents. When they came out on the other side, Samantha let out a breath she had been holding. That was amazing. How did you do that? It is what my people do. We feel the way. Nyara didn't know how to explain it better. Your ships use computers. We use our minds. No wonder the USC is interested in your people. Samantha checked their position. We've lost the patrol ships. Good work. Nyara felt strange. No one had thanked her for her abilities before. Slave owners expected her to use her skills. They did not say good work afterward. That night, while Samantha slept, Niara looked through the stolen data files. She saw the attack plans, maps of her homeworld with targets marked, lists of weapons to be used, and false reports claiming her people were dangerous. She also found personal logs from Samantha, records of her trying to stop the attack plans, meetings where she argued against her leaders, and finally her decision to steal the information and run. Samantha had given up everything to help aliens she had never met. It made no sense to Niara, but it made her feel warm inside to know such a person existed. The next day, an alarm woke them both. A ship was following them. USC, Samantha said, looking at the scanner. It's the Relentless. Olivia found us. The human ship was bigger and faster than the Stargazer. It would catch them soon. Incoming message, the computer said. Samantha pressed a button. A woman's face appeared on the screen. She had dark skin and short black hair. She wore a USC uniform with many medals. Samantha Reeves, the woman said. Her voice was cold. This is Commander Olivia Winters of the USC Relentless. You are ordered to stop your ship and prepare to be boarded. Hello, Liv, Samantha said. She tried to sound calm. Nice to see you too. This isn't a joke, Sam. Olivia's face showed anger, but also something else. Pain. You've committed treason. You stole classified information, and you're harboring an alien from a hostile species. The Lysithians aren't hostile. That's the point. Samantha glanced at Niara. The intelligence reports are wrong, or they were faked. You don't get to make that call, Olivia shouted. Stop your ship now. If you surrender peacefully, I can help you. I can argue for a lighter sentence, Samantha shook her head. You know what they'll do to me. And to her. She nodded toward Niara. I can't let that happen. Olivia's face hardened. Then you leave me no choice. We will use force to stop you. The screen went dark. What do we do? Niara asked. Fear made her voice shake. Samantha's hands moved quickly over the controls. We run and we hope we're smarter than they are. The Stargazer sped up, but the Relentless was right behind them. Then a warning light flashed. They're locking weapons on us, Samantha said. Her face was pale. They will kill us? No, they want to disable the ship. But a hit in the wrong place could still be fatal. Samantha turned to Niara. I need your help. Is there anywhere we can hide? Somewhere they can't follow? Niara closed her eyes again. She reached out with her mind, searching for a safe path. She felt something, a strange pull to the left. There, she said, pointing. I sense a fold in space, a place where we can slip through to another region. A wormhole? Samantha looked where she was pointing. The scanner showed nothing there. Are you sure? Yes, my people have used it before. It is not on your maps because it is not always there. It comes and goes, Samantha hesitated. If you're wrong, I am not wrong. Niara put one of her hands on Samantha's arm. Trust me, Samantha nodded. She turned the ship toward where Niara pointed. Behind them, the Relentless fired a warning shot. Energy beams passed just over their ship. Hold on, Samantha said. She pushed the engines to full power. They raced toward empty space. The Relentless fired again. This time the shot hit them. The ship shook. Alarms sounded. Minor damage to the left engine, the computer reported. Shield power at 60%. We can't take another hit, Samantha said through gritted teeth. Almost there, Niara said. She could feel the space fold getting closer. Just a few more seconds, the Relentless fired a third time. But just as the energy beam was about to hit them, the Stargazer seemed to stretch. The stars around them blurred, and then they were somewhere else. The ship stopped shaking. Outside the windows, unfamiliar stars shone. We made it, Samantha whispered. She looked at the scanner. No sign of the Relentless, Niara nodded. The fold closed behind us. They cannot follow, Samantha laughed. It was a sound of pure relief. She turned to Niara and without warning hugged her. All four of Niara's arms stiffened in surprise. Humans were so strange, touching each other like this. But after a moment, Niara relaxed. The hug felt nice. Safe. She carefully put two of her arms around Samantha. Thank you, Samantha said when she pulled away. You saved us? You saved me first, Niara replied simply. Samantha checked their position. Where are we? About 3 jumps from my homeworld. But we should rest the ship first. The full journey is hard on machines. They found a small moon to hide behind. Samantha worked on repairing the damage from the USC attack. Nyara helped where she could, learning about human technology. As they worked side by side, Nyara began to understand this human better. Samantha was not like the aliens who had captured her, not like the buyers at the auction. She was different. She was a friend. That night, Samantha showed Nyara pictures of Earth. Green forests, blue oceans, cities full of lights. It's beautiful, Nyara said. Yes, worth protecting. Samantha's face grew sad, but not by hurting innocent people. That's what my leaders don't understand. When we reach my homeworld, what will you do? Nyara asked. Samantha was quiet for a long time. I don't know. I can never go back to Earth. I'll be arrested the moment I enter human space. You could stay with my people. They will welcome you when they learn what you did for us. Samantha smiled. Maybe let's focus on getting there first. She yawned. We should sleep. Tomorrow will be another long day. As they each went to their beds, Nyara watched the human woman. Samantha had given up her home, her career, and her future to do what was right. Nyara had never met anyone so brave, or anyone who made her heart feel so strange when they smiled. The next few days on the Stargazer were peaceful. They moved carefully from system to system, always watching for USC ships. Nyara guided their path, finding routes that didn't appear on standard maps. Samantha fixed the ship's systems one by one. One evening, as they drifted near a small red star, Samantha showed Nyara something new. It's called music, she said, pressing buttons on a small device. Sounds filled the ship. Strings being plucked, air moving through tubes, and a human voice singing words Nyara didn't understand. What is it saying? Nyara asked. Her four hands moved slightly with the rhythm. It's an old song from Earth, about finding light in darkness, about hope. Samantha closed her eyes as she listened. Music was my escape when I was a child. My parents fought a lot. I would put on headphones and just disappear into the songs. Nyara listened carefully. The sounds were strange but beautiful. We have music too, but not like this. Ours is mostly singing, many voices together. I'd love to hear it someday, Samantha said. They sat together, listening to song after song. Samantha explained each one. Love songs, sad songs, dancing songs. Nyara tried to understand the emotions behind the music. This one is my favorite, Samantha said, playing a gentle melody. It reminds me of stars. As they listened, their hands rested close together on the seat between them. Nyara was aware of how near the human was, how warm her skin felt when they accidentally touched. These feelings confused her. On Lysithea, her people formed deep bonds, but usually only with their own kind. Yet here she was, feeling a connection with an alien from a world she had never seen. The next day, their luck ran out. A USC scout ship spotted them as they passed through a busy trade zone. They're calling for backup, Samantha said, watching the scanner. We need to move fast. Nyara reached out with her mind. There's a dense asteroid field ahead. We can hide there. They flew into the field. Huge rocks floated all around them. Samantha guided the ship carefully between them, following Nyara's directions. They're still following, Samantha said. These USC scouts are persistent. Suddenly, the scout ship fired. The shot hit a nearby asteroid, sending pieces flying in all directions. A large chunk hit the Stargazer's side, alarms blared. The ship spun out of control. Samantha fought with the controls, trying to stabilize their flight. Engine damage, the computer reported. Life support systems failing in Section 2. That's the back half of the ship, Samantha said. She looked worried. The air will vent in that section soon. Can you fix it? Nyara asked. Yes, but someone needs to go back there and repair the breach manually. Samantha bit her lip. It's dangerous. The gravity is unstable and the air is already getting thin. I will go, Nyara said. No, I should. My people can survive with less air than humans, and I have 4 arms. I can work faster. Nyara stood up. Tell me what to do, Samantha nodded. She gave Nyara a small breathing mask and quick instructions on how to seal the breach. Then Nyara moved to the back of the ship. The damage was worse than they thought. A hole the size of Nyara's head had opened in the outer wall. Air was rushing out. The temperature was dropping fast. Nyara worked quickly. 2 hands held her in place. The other 2 used the repair tools Samantha had given her. It was hard to breathe, even with the mask. Her fingers felt stiff with cold, but she kept working. This ship was their only hope of reaching her homeworld, of warning her people, and Samantha was in the front section counting on her. After what felt like hours, Niara finished the repair. The hole was sealed. She started to make her way back to the front, but she felt dizzy. The lack of air was affecting her more than she had expected. She stumbled, fell. The world went dark around her. When Niara woke up, she was in her bed. Samantha sat beside her, holding one of her hands. The human looked tired, worried. "You're awake," Samantha said. Relief filled her voice. "You scared me. How long was I?" 3 days. Samantha squeezed her hand. "You almost died back there. The air levels dropped too low, even for your biology." Niara tried to sit up. Her head hurt. "The ship?" "Safe. Your repair worked. We're hiding on the dark side of a moon now." Samantha helped her drink some water. "Why did you risk yourself like that?" Niara looked at her. "The same reason you risked yourself to help my people." It was right. Samantha's eyes shone with something Niara couldn't name. The human leaned forward and gently touched Niara's face. "Thank you." As Niara recovered, Samantha stayed close. She told stories about Earth, about growing up in a place called Montana with big mountains and wide skies, about joining the USC because she believed in their mission to explore and connect with other worlds. "When did you stop believing?" Niara asked. Samantha's face grew dark. "After the Centauri incident, we received intelligence that they were building planet-killer weapons. We struck first. Destroyed their main world." She looked down. "Later, we found out the intelligence was wrong. They weren't building weapons. They were building giant shelters because their sun was becoming unstable. You killed them for trying to save themselves," Niara said softly. "Yes, millions dead because we were too quick to assume the worst." Samantha's hands tightened into fists. "I promised myself I would never let that happen again. That's why I had to steal those plans, why I had to find you." Niara understood now. Samantha carried a heavy weight. The weight of her people's mistakes. And she was trying to make it right. Once Niara was stronger, they continued their journey. They were getting closer to Lysithian space, just 2 more jumps away. "Tell me about your homeworld," Samantha said as they prepared for the next jump. "What's it like?" Niara smiled. "Beautiful. The air smells like sweet flowers all the time. Our cities are built in the trees, huge trees that reach into the clouds. At night, the forests glow with natural light from special plants." "It sounds magical," Samantha said. "It is, and peaceful. My people don't build weapons. We never saw the need." Niara's voice grew sad. "That's why the Galaxians were able to capture so many of us. We weren't prepared to fight. When we warn them about the USC, they'll need to protect themselves," Samantha said. "Not with weapons maybe, but with shields, defenses." "Yes, we cannot be helpless again." Niara looked at Samantha. "Will you help us?" "You know how humans think, how they fight." "If your people will have me." Samantha nodded. "I'll do whatever I can." They made the next jump successfully. Just 1 more to go before reaching Lysithian space. They stopped at a small trading post to get supplies and fuel. While Samantha negotiated with the traders, Niara waited on the ship. She was using her abilities to check their planned route when she felt something wrong. A presence. Familiar but hostile. She had felt it before on the auction block. Galaxians. She warned Samantha as soon as she returned. "They're here. The slavers who took me." Samantha's face hardened. "Did they see you?" "No, but they might recognize the ship if they were tracking USC communications. We need to leave now." Samantha started the launch sequence, but they were too late. As the ship lifted off, a tractor beam locked onto them. They couldn't move. "Incoming message," the computer said. A Galaxian face appeared on the screen. Green skin. Yellow eyes. Sharp teeth and a cruel smile. "Human vessel," the Galaxian said. "You have something that belongs to us. A Lysithian female. Return her and we might let you live." Samantha stood tall. "She doesn't belong to anyone." "She's a free person," the Galaxian laughed. "Free she is property. Expensive property. And you stole her. I bought her legally at your auction. To free her, that violates our terms of sale." The Galaxian's eyes narrowed. "Last chance, human. Give her to us or we'll take her, along with your ship. And your life." Samantha looked at Niara, then back at the screen. "Come and try." The screen went dark. Samantha rushed to the controls. "I'm going to try to break free of the tractor beam. It might damage the ship, but we don't have a choice." Niara watched as Samantha pushed the engines to their limits. The ship shook. Metal creaked. Warning lights flashed across the control panel. With a sudden snap, they broke free. The stargazers shot forward, racing away from the trading post. But the Galaxian ship followed. "They're faster than us," Samantha said. "We can't outrun them," Nyara thought quickly. "The jump point to my homeworld? It's not far. If we can reach it, they'll just follow us through. Not if I collapse it behind us." Nyara saw Samantha's confused look. "My people can open and close the natural space folds. With my mind. But it takes a lot of energy, a lot of focus. Is it dangerous? Yes, but it's our only chance." Samantha nodded. "Tell me what to do." They raced toward the jump point. The Galaxian ship fired at them, most shots missing but a few grazing their shields. The stargazer was taking damage, but they kept going. "Almost there," Samantha said. "Get ready." Nyara closed her eyes. She gathered her mental energy, preparing for what she needed to do. It would drain her, might even kill her, but she had to try for her people, for Samantha, the woman who had freed her, the woman who had shown her kindness when she expected only pain, the woman she now realized she loved. The stargazer reached the jump point with the Galaxian ship close behind. Nyara could feel the natural fold in space just ahead, a thin spot between stars where ships could slip through to distant systems. "We're here," Samantha shouted. The ship shuddered as another shot from the Galaxians hit their failing shields. Now Nyara placed all four of her hands on the ship's walls. She closed her eyes and reached out with her mind. She could feel the space fold like a door waiting to be opened. With a push of mental energy, she opened it. The stars outside the window stretched into lines. The ship jolted forward. They were entering the jump, but the Galaxians were still right behind them. "They're following us in." Samantha's voice was tight with fear. Nyara kept her eyes closed. Now came the hard part. As they passed through the fold, she reached back with her mind. She grabbed the edges of the fold and pulled them together. It was like trying to close a heavy door against a strong wind. Pain shot through her head. Her violet skin grew pale, but she kept pulling. The fold began to close. The Galaxian ship was halfway through when the space around it started to squeeze inward. Nyara heard their panicked communications through the ship's system. The Galaxians were trying to back out, but it was too late. With one final push of mental energy, Nyara slammed the fold shut. A flash of light filled the ship. Then silence. The Galaxian ship was gone, caught between spaces when the fold closed. Nyara collapsed to the floor. Her mind felt like it was on fire. She could taste blood in her mouth. "Nyara." Samantha left the controls and rushed to her side. She lifted Nyara's head onto her lap. "What's wrong? What happened?" "Closed." "The fold?" Nyara could barely speak. "Used too much energy. You'll be okay. We're almost to your homeworld." Samantha's voice shook. She stroked Nyara's face. "Just stay with me. Please stay with me." Nyara tried to smile. "You're crying for me?" A tear ran down Samantha's cheek. "Of course I'm crying for you. I care about you." The ship drifted toward Lysithea, running on minimal power. Nyara slipped in and out of consciousness. Sometimes she heard Samantha talking to her, telling her stories, playing music. Sometimes she felt Samantha's warm hand holding hers, and sometimes she heard Samantha's whispered words. "Don't leave me. I need you." After what might have been days, Nyara woke fully. She was in a bed, but not on the ship. The ceiling above her was made of woven branches and leaves. Sunlight filtered through, casting dappled patterns on the walls. She was home. "On Lysithea. You're awake." Samantha's voice came from beside her. The human looked tired. Her clothes were wrinkled. Her hair was a mess. But her smile was bright. "You've been unconscious for 5 days. We made it?" Nyara's voice was rough. "Yes, your people found us drifting at the edge of your system. They brought us here, to your capital city." Samantha helped Nyara sit up. "They've been taking care of both of us." Nyara looked around. She was in a healing house, one of the special tree dwellings where sick or injured Lysithians recovered. "You showed them the attack plans?" "Yes, your council is reviewing everything." "They believe me, Nyara. They're already preparing defenses and sending messages to Earth." Relief washed over Nyara. Her people would be safe. Samantha had kept her promise. "And you? How are you?" Nyara reached out to touch Samantha's face. "The human looks so tired. I'm fine. Just worried about you." Samantha leaned into her touch. "The healers said you nearly burned out your mind closing that space fold. They weren't sure if you'd wake up. It takes more than that to kill me." Nyara tried to sound brave, but she knew how close she had come to death. Did you stay with me the whole time? Every minute. Samantha took one of Nyara's hands. I couldn't leave you. A healer entered the room, an older Lysithian female with silver-streaked violet skin. She smiled when she saw Nyara awake. Good. You returned to us. The healer checked Nyara's eyes and felt her pulse. Your mind is healing well, but you need rest. No space navigation for at least a moon cycle. I understand. Nyara nodded. Thank you for caring for me. And for my friend. The healer looked at Samantha. The human has not left your side. Not to eat. Barely to sleep. She made a clicking sound with her tongue. Devoted, this one. After the healer left, Nyara turned to Samantha. You need to rest too. You look terrible. Samantha laughed. Thanks a lot. You know what I mean. You're exhausted. I'll rest now that I know you're okay. Samantha squeezed her hand. Your people have been amazing, Nyara. So kind to me even though I'm human. They gave me a place to stay near here. They can see your heart. Nyara looked out the window. She could see the familiar trees of home, the walkways connecting the tree dwellings, the glowing plants that lit the paths at night. What will you do now? Samantha was quiet for a moment. I don't know. I can never go back to Earth or any human colony. The USC would arrest me immediately. Stay here, Nyara said without hesitation. My people will welcome you. Maybe. For a while. Samantha looked down. But I'm not sure I belong anywhere anymore. Before Nyara could respond, a new visitor arrived. A tall Lysithian male wearing the silver sash of the council. Nyara of the Western Forest. He bowed to her. The council sends greetings and thanks for your safe return. Thank you, council member. Nyara tried to sit up straighter. This is Samantha Reeves, the human who saved me and brought warning of the attack. The council member turned to Samantha and bowed again. The council has reviewed your information, Samantha Reeves. We have already sent messages to Earth's government with proof that we are not developing weapons. Have they responded? Samantha asked eagerly. Yes, just today. They claim the attack plans were unauthorized, created by a rogue military group. His face showed doubt. They have agreed to send representatives to meet with our council. That's good, Samantha said, but she looked worried, though they're probably just saying that because they got caught. Indeed. Which is why we continue our defensive preparations. The council member turned back to Nyara. The council wishes to speak with both of you when you are well enough. Your knowledge of humans will be valuable, Nyara, and your knowledge of Earth's military, Samantha Reeves. Of course, Nyara said. We will help however we can. After the council member left, Nyara noticed that Samantha looked troubled. What's wrong? She asked. I'm not sure I believe Earth's response. Unauthorized plans? Rogue military group? Samantha shook her head. It sounds like they're trying to save face. You think they still plan to attack? Maybe not right away, but they'll be watching your people closely now. Samantha ran a hand through her messy hair, and they'll be looking for me even harder. A human traitor living among the very aliens she betrayed her people to help? That's too much for them to ignore. You are not safe here, Nyara realized. Fear gripped her heart. They will come for you. Eventually, yes. Which means I can't stay. Samantha looked at her with sad eyes. Once you're better, once I know your people are prepared, I should go. Find some remote system where no one will look for me. No. Nyara reached out with all four arms, taking both of Samantha's hands. I won't let you leave. Not alone, Nyara. We'll find a way. My people can hide you. Or we can go together somewhere safe. Nyara held on tight. You saved me when I thought all hope was lost. Now let me save you. Samantha's eyes filled with tears. Why would you leave your home? You just got back? Because... Nyara hesitated, then spoke from her heart. Because the stars feel more like home when you are with me. The days that followed were filled with meetings. As Nyara grew stronger, she and Samantha spoke with the council many times. They shared everything they knew about Earth, the USC, and the planned attack. The Lysithians began building defenses, not weapons, but powerful shields to protect their worlds. They also prepared evidence to show Earth's government that they were peaceful, images of their cities, records of their history, proof that they had no weapons programs. Samantha helped them understand how humans thought, how they feared what they didn't understand, how that fear could lead to terrible decisions. Show them your people, not just aliens, she advised. Share your music, your art, your stories. Humans connect through those things. While the preparations continued, Nyara and Samantha grew closer. They spent their free time exploring the forest city. Nyara showed Samantha the great library trees where her people's knowledge was stored, the singing pools where Lysithian music was performed, the evening gardens where the plants glowed with soft blue light. One night, as they sat in such a garden, Samantha took Nyara's hand. "Your world is beautiful. More beautiful than I imagined. I'm glad you can see it." Nyara looked at their joined hands. "Samantha, I've been thinking about what you said. About leaving." "Nyara, let me finish. I understand why you think you must go, but I have a different idea." Nyara took a deep breath. "The council has offered you a position. As an advisor and teacher, you would help us understand humans better, and in return they would protect you." Samantha's eyes widened. "They want me to stay? Even knowing the danger?" "Yes, they say your knowledge is worth the risk." Nyara moved closer. "And I agree. You are worth any risk, Samantha Reeves." Samantha was quiet for a long time. The blue light from the plants made her skin glow. Finally, she said, "What if the USC finds me here? They could use it as an excuse to attack your people.